Alrighty, folks. If you watch the daily financial news this morning, I mentioned something that may be perceived as bad news, but is it? And that, of course, is mortgage rates have now hit a 52-week high. Earlier in the year, they peaked out at 7.22. As of yesterday, they were 7.24. And I suspect going higher today. So we're going to talk to the one and only Dion and ask him, what does he think high rates mean? Dion, high rates, man. High rates, high prices. What's going on? What do you think?
No, I think it's a great topic. I did hear it during the daily update this morning, and then I was on doing some other research on, which markets are up and which are down. And there's, we're at record highs in over 60% markets. And so it's good information. If anybody watches the daily update, I would like you to go there to have factual proof that I was first and Dividend Dave wasn't. So for once, I was able to beat him in the comments. It's pretty rare. But what I really like about high rates is how it has to cause a crash. Right. It's unaffordable. It's unsustainable. All of the crash bros are going to have more ammunition. And that every one of their successful videos takes away another couple percentages of our competition. There's a
Absolutely.
couple things to think about when you're looking at high rates as far as buying. For me, the thing that shifted when we had low rates and a ton of demand was speed. Right? From 2018 to 2022, I wanted an offer in within an hour of the listing hitting the MLS. Right, with literally my agent and my broker knew if I didn't get a response within an hour, I was moving to the next one to get a faster
Mhm.
response. And then in the last year, as rates went up, speed's not our friend. We now have the opportunity to identify the motivated seller. As prices don't go up as fast, there are people who will list because it's a high price, and if they get it, that's great. And if they don't, they're never going to sell. So it doesn't matter how long it sits on market or what offer you make. But there are people who have to sell, and now that it sits on the market for a while, we can make ridiculously insulting offers from Patrick Bet David and say, like I did a 20, what was that, 500 to 400. So it's 20% off
Mhm.
offer and then
Mhm.
stuck there through the whole thing.
Yeah.
We can do that now. So as rates stay high, there might be some people who say, I'm going to get my loan and keep the high interest rate and not buy it down because I plan on refinancing when rates come down. And I can see the logic there, but that's not how I do it.
Mhm.
So me personally, I always buy the rate down. I don't want to gamble on if rates come down, then I'll be able to make it work. If rates come down, I would refinance. I did in 2020. About half my portfolio was refinanced in 2020 because rates went down on loans that I had purchased the rate down on. So I would still continue to do that, even if I really think rates are going to come down because we don't know. They could be 10 in three
Yeah.
years. You
Yeah.
could have now feel extremely lucky that you have a 7. They could be 4 in 3 years. But I would buy it down because my plan with my properties is that they all perform better than my marriages, actually until death do us part. So I'm always planning long term on those. I buy the rate down every time.
Yeah.
In this market, if it's sat on the market long enough, one of my negotiating strategies would be to try to get the seller to pay to buy the rate down.
For
Uh,
sure.